bringing the people behind our food to life.
So it's a big collaborative project. This guy that makes these lights, I had him make this cocoa pod tree for the shop, and in different states of ripening, they're reds and greens and yellows. And that's a picture of them that he sort of based them on. Let me pull some stuff out. So I mostly keep the closet dark because chocolate likes dark. 4 years ago now, I guess, I had this idea that, oh my God, chocolate is going to be the next huge thing. Like, it's happened with coffee, beer, bread. You know what I mean? Like, it's this thing that's already existed, but there's going to be a revolution in terms of people's understanding of what it can be. The Latin genus name for cocoa is Theobroma, which means God food. So I was thinking about that and thinking, oh man, it'd be really cool to make gods out of chocolate. So I found a friend that's a mold maker and a sculptor, and so I said, this is what I want to do. Can you help me do it? And so he started helping me make some of the molds that I made. And then I had to learn how to temper it because I wanted to work with really high quality chocolates. And so I started to learn that and then fell in love with the whole process of chocolate making. I'm a minister's daughter. The boundary between the spiritual life and regular life was never clearly drawn for me because I grew up in this household where they were all one. These guys have to go back because they've got bubbles in bad spots. I'll turn the kettle on and she'll go back enjoying the chocolate. Goodbye. I think being a minister's kid, the other thing that happens is that sense of irreverence, is that you have both a sense of reverence and irreverence together because you see the behind the scenes. I would go in early with my dad to church and play around at the church. So these places that were sort of separate sacred places were also places that I played. I think that they all kind of can sit side by side and that playfulness goes along with the reverence, and I think it's a kind of a counterbalance. And the time that I spend on each piece, gilding them, I find hand gilding is really meditative for me. You have to be really focused. So there's a lot of energy that I bring to each icon, you know what I mean? And so I think that's where the reverence comes in. They're done with a lot of care and love. There's no sacrilege because I have the blessing of a Catholic nun who said she thought that it was a great idea and she liked the whole playfulness and pleasure aspect of it. So there you go. They are meant to be eaten, although a lot of people tell me they can't bear to eat them until they put them on their altars or they, put them on a shelf or they do whatever with them. And that's okay too, That's partly also why I started making some of the other stuff that I made because I wanted people to eat it,
Something that you put your heart and soul into it, and it's very unique and it's very small. And so every piece that you create is a creation of yourself. It's an extension of who you are. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. What's a really important part of my business and about this shop is if you look around, it's all very collaborative, and that's to me is important. I'm not good at everything. I want to be good at everything. But part of what I'm learning, and I think this comes some with age, is like learn what you're good at and collaborate with people on the other stuff. Do you know what I mean? If you can't do something, find that person that is good at it and bring them in and make sure you give them credit. I've got artwork all around the shop from friends of mine so that I can help sell their thing, but it also makes my place more beautiful. It's like a symbiotic relationship to get to have that. It's one of the things that gives me the most pleasure about the business is that I think I get this chance to create this thing, but I don't have to do it alone. And I like that a lot.